Once upon a time, in a bustling city where the rich and the poor walked the same streets but lived in different worlds, there was a girl named Alina and a boy named Rohan. Alina had everything anyone could ever dream of: an extravagant mansion, designer clothes, and a chauffeur-driven car to take her anywhere she pleased. Her father was a powerful businessman, and her mother was a renowned fashion designer. From the outside, her life looked perfect, a fairy tale of wealth and comfort. But deep down, Alina felt trapped, surrounded by people who cared more about money than about love or kindness. On the other side of the city, in a small, crumbling house, lived Rohan. His world was vastly different. His father had passed away when he was young, leaving his mother to work long hours just to put food on the table. Rohan helped in every way he could, working odd jobs, fixing broken things, and studying by candlelight because their electricity was often cut off. Despite his struggles, he never lost his smile. He believed in kindness, in dreams, and in a better tomorrow. Their paths crossed in the most unexpected way. One evening, as Alina sat in a quiet cafe, seeking an escape from her lavish but lonely life, she overheard a group of boys mocking someone. She turned and saw Rohan, standing near the counter, holding a tray of coffee cups. He worked there part-time to support his mother. The boys laughed at his worn-out clothes and called him names. But Rohan only smiled and shrugged, refusing to let their words break him. Alina watched in awe. She had met so many people who had everything yet still weren't happy. But here was someone with so little, radiating a kind of happiness money couldn't buy. She left her table and walked up to him. "You handle things well," she said, her voice filled with curiosity. Rohan looked at her, surprised. "You learn to," he replied with a grin. "People will always talk. It's up to you whether you listen." From that day on, an unusual friendship blossomed between them. They met at the cafe, in the park, and on the quiet streets where no one knew their names. Alina found comfort in Rohan's simple yet profound views on life, while Rohan saw a different side of the world through Alina's stories. She would talk about fancy parties she never enjoyed, and he would share stories about his mother's sacrifices and the warmth of a home filled with love, even if it lacked luxury. As time passed, their bond grew stronger, but the world they belonged to was not ready for them. When Alina's father found out, he was furious. "You have everything. Why waste your time with someone who has nothing?" he thundered. Alina, for the first time in her life, stood up to her father. "Maybe having everything means nothing if it doesn't make me happy," she said, her voice firm. On the other side, Rohan faced his own battle. His mother, though grateful for Alina's kindness, worried about the inevitable heartbreak. "Their world is different from ours, my son. They may care, but society does not," she said gently. Despite everything, Alina and Rohan held on to their friendship. They didn't know what the future held, but they knew one